Afternoon, folks. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are doing well. We have an update from this morning's Trump date video. He's back in the White House where he belongs. Trump went home this afternoon, jumped on Marine One, Walter Reed, saluted the bird, got on, got off, saluted again, went inside. The man has had a hell of a day, and the media isn't going to stop making hay out of it, although they're really not happy he didn't die, because I know they had those headlines already printed up. See in hell, say hello to Satan, all the shit that they wish they could do in person, because a lot of these people are just unhinged. Let's start today with unhinged UMass professor Esther Shapiro, caught on video calling Trump a Nazi and a child molester, then belittles student who disagrees, and then says Trump has sex with his daughter. This woman is off her freaking rocker. Esther Shapiro is an unhinged associate professor of psychology at the College of Liberal Arts. Is there anything more you need to hear to establish this woman's credentials of crazy? At the University of Massachusetts. Oh, there's the clinker. President Shapiro was caught on video attacking Trump as a Nazi and a child molester when one student bravely disagreed with the outrageous smear. The stunned professor was taken aback that one of her students would reject her enlightened remarks. But Professor Shapiro did not budge on her claim that Trump is a Nazi. This happened last September 29th during an online class. Mary gave us this exclusive on her reaction to the abusive events, obviously the student. I'm very disgusted and very hurt by this action. I believe that college students deserve better, and we need education reform in this country. Yes, you do, and the first thing you need to do is to get fucking government out of fucking education. When they established the Federal Department of Education with its grants, funding, they also established the rules that you will teach what we tell you to teach. Now, who does it sound like would do something like that? Doesn't sound like a constitutional republic, which should have limited that. But that's half the reason we are in the hole these days, folks. But it's getting better. Michigan AG will no longer enforce Democrat Governor Gretchen Whitmer's coronavirus orders. Take your masks off and burn them. We're not prosecuting them anymore. In light of the Supreme Court's decision on Friday, the Attorney General will no longer enforce the governor's executive orders through criminal prosecution. However, her decision is not binding on other law enforcement agencies or state agencies with independent enforcement authority. But she does have the ability to say, well, they were just peacefully protesting. Let them go. We're not going to prosecute. Another unhinged moonbat with President Trump at Walter Reed. Biden tells Florida crowd to fantasize about Trump being delivered a death blow. Let's hear what this one has to say. He is a fucking loon, boy.
Think about this. Wouldn't it be
Hold on a second. It's bad enough he doesn't take his fucking mask off. Let's try that again so you can actually hear it. I was playing ball with the dog, so the speaker's over in the grass.
Think about this. Wouldn't it be an irony, the irony of all ironies, if on election eve it turned out Haitians delivered the coup d'etat in this election?
Haitians? Patience? Take your fucking mask off. First of all, there's like 6 people at your goddamn rally. Joe Biden has told reporters that he doesn't want to attack President Trump while he's in the hospital, but here he is today telling Haitians to fantasize about Trump being delivered a death blow. Why didn't he just make a voodoo fucking remark too? The man is out of his fucking mind. Incidentally, I think the Haitians like Trump, much like Hispanics, a large portion of the blacks in this country. Go figure. Dan Bongino has a hilarious message for the asshole who stole my 2 Trump signs. Stolen or destroyed Trump signs are a commonplace occurrence. My neighbor across the street who I have the flag war going on with, it's not much of a war. He had one in his front yard. Somebody stole it the other night. In rural towns across America, this Michigan mom with Democrat blue wave emojis around her name bragged about her son stealing Trump signs and throwing them in the family burn pit on Twitter. Last week, an elderly man donated a handmade Trump sign to the Home for Women for Trump National Advisory Board member. God damn it, people. Fucking punctuation is not that hard. Last week, an elderly man donated a handmade Trump sign to the Home of Women for Trump National Advisory Board member. That's a run-on sentence in its goddamn self. Michonne Maddock and her husband. Only 2 days after their homemade sign was placed in their front yard, the couple woke up to someone that had to find out that someone had destroyed it with a baseball bat. Oh fuck, it was a nice sign too. Douchebags. Dear asshole who stole my 2 Trump signs. Dan Bongino. I've replaced them with 4 more and made a $500 donation to the campaign too. Steal these and I'll add 8 more and double the donation. Thanks for playing. Good for fucking Dan Bongino. I kind of get the feeling he likes the Trump. These people are fucking ridiculous. Here's another one. President Trump beats COVID-19 and leaves Walter Reed Medical Center. Jackass reporter screams, "You're a super spreader!" How? How was he the fucking super spreader? You morons. Let's see what this one sounds like. Minute 3 seconds, we can do this.
Preceded him. He's now standing, waving, shaking his fist of support, and he's masked here, leaving the Walter Reed Medical Center. This is a live shot, as we've been staying on this for the hour. Here is the president. Unclear whether he will be speaking to the assembled press in the front. He's getting shouted questions now. Let's take a listen.
Do you think you might be a super spreader, Mr. President?
Okay, so he's...
Okay, well that has absolutely nothing to do with the headline, so that's a load of jackassery and bullshit. The reporter was from Yahoo. Yahoo's still around? Don't hear those annoying commercials anymore. Creepy Joe points at young girls and says he wants to see these beautiful young ladies dancing when they are 4 years older. Holy fuck. Oh, the satanic pedophile strikes again. The bad news is, creepy Uncle Joe strikes again. Let's see what this one looks like. 16 seconds.
Good news is, for me, I'm here. The bad news for you is, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. And I want to see these beautiful young ladies. I want to see them dancing when they're 4 years older, too. So, it's great to see you. So, thank you.
The good news here is... What the hell did he say?
The good news is, for me, I'm here. The bad news for you is, I'm coming back.
The bad news for you is, I'm coming back. That's really going to stoke those people. The girls you were pointing at were teenagers for a change. At least they weren't fucking infants. On the other hand, it was the Little Haiti Cultural Center, and I might be a little more on guard after the Clinton Foundation got caught trying to steal 32 children or 34 children from Haiti. Not orphans, children with parents. You're not going to hear that in the news because it's fake news. Far-left activists running the CDC wanted to keep the borders open during the coronavirus pandemic. Yes, we knew that. They said that repeatedly. They're fucking morons. CDC also takes money from outside sources. Problem number 1. Stop allowing them to be funded by, I don't know, the World Health Organization and Bill Gates. probably a step in the right direction. Ugh. I cannot stand this fucking idiot. Jim Acosta mocked President Trump on his return from Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Why don't they just call it fucking Walter Reed? We know what the hell it is. Monday evening, calling Trump coronavirus in chief in a post on Twitter. Acosta also called Trump Patient Zero and Emperor on CNN. Are you going to say it, dumbass? No, he just overwrote the Twitter and said coronavirus in chief Trump takes off mask as he returns to the White House. This may be Patient Zero returning to the White House. Fuck Jim Acosta again. Jim Acosta to Wolf Blitzer, keep in mind this is not just the president returning to the White House. This may be Patient Zero. This is the virus coming back to the White House. It is eerily quiet inside the corridors of the West Wing. Emperor has no staff tonight. Staff would have all been infected when he didn't know he was active, but let's not go there. Fucking people are idiots. You know, you do have that latency period before you start expressing the disease. Video. Democrat Party official pulls knife on women for Trump supporters in Portland. The worst thing about this is the guy's a fucking ranger. He has a Minuteman on his arm. It looks like a Minuteman holding a musket. He's got the... Oh, he's not a ranger, he's a paratrooper. He might be a stolen valor shithead too, you never know anymore. He's an old guy. The perp was identified as Clayton John Callahan. The Oregon Women for Trump organization attempted to hold a pro-Trump event on Sunday, October 4th, only to be interrupted by a knife-wielding maniac who was threatening him. Callahan, as it turns out, is the communications director for the Democratic Party of Washington County, which is a suburb just west of Portland. The altercation was captured on video. Callahan was booked into jail on unlawful use of a weapons charge. There's a still frame of him in the video that shows the knife in his hand as he confronts Trump supporters. He does have a knife in his hand. Pocket knife, still a knife. See what the video looks like. Too long. I'll put it up on Minds. Play a little bit of it though. He is literally up in this guy's face and pushing him backwards with a knife in his hand. Somebody sure shot him.
I believe there was nobody. I believe you're 100% there.
Yeah, sure. No problem, sir. Nothing, man.
No.
You can stab me good, man. Come on.
I'm not even threatening.
Come on, man.
I'm not allowed to hold my property.
No, you are.
All right, guys, I need your help getting the information out on this guy.
It's one of those cheap-ass survival knives with a fucking gut hook in the top to open beers with, too, by the way. If he's ex-military, he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Callahan has done blog posts for Washington County Democrats, specifically encouraging military veteran involvement. It doesn't actually tell me anything about him, though. Callahan is evidently an author and video game designer who claimed he served in both the Navy and the Army and did 2 tours in Iraq. Okay. Be nice to see somebody actually go through his records and then nail him to the cross. I believe that stolen valor is a crime, folks. Just like this moron. Crooked Democrat requests ballot for dead wife. Says, I haven't done anything wrong. Well, you know what? His wife died in 2018, and if he hasn't noticed in 2 years... Florida man was arrested and charged with felony after he requested a mail-in ballot for his dead wife. Wiggins and his wife are Democrats. Well, his wife was a Democrat. Well, actually, she's still a Democrat. She's dead now. Oh my God. Oh. A Florida man who was charged with a felony after allegedly requesting a vote-by-mail ballot for his dead wife said on Friday he was just testing the state's voting system. Uh-huh. Larry Wiggins, 62, is as dumb as a box of fucking rocks, folks. And, well, go figure, because she's around him all the time. Little blonde girl tests positive for COVID-19. Kayleigh McEnany tests positive for COVID-19. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany on Monday morning announced she tested positive for COVID-19. After testing negative consistently, including every day since Thursday, I tested positive on Monday morning while experiencing no symptoms. I will begin the quarantine process and will continue working on behalf of the American people remotely. Set up the office in the house, but it's no fun if she doesn't get to bitch slap these idiots around when they ask her stupid questions. I'm just saying. 6th grade teacher Brendan Stanton caught on video abusing a student for defending Trump, then lies to the parent about it. Folks, the reason they instituted the "we'll give you money, but you teach what we tell you to do" is because the fucking Democrats had juice.
Positive things and role models that we should admire. Again, the example that was shared in the chat, which I went ahead and erased for us, was not appropriate, right? Especially as that individual has created so much division and hatred between people, and specifically spoken hatred to many different individuals. Okay? So I do apologize for kicking you out of the conference as I went ahead and adjusted our settings. But the settings should be adjusted now. The chat should be locked for today just because I realized that maybe...
Whoopsies! Pull his tags, pull his card, fire his ass, and make sure he never teaches again except maybe in, like, Venezuela or North Korea. Steve Cortez humiliates arrogant Chris Wallace over his debate performance against Trump. You were not a neutral moderator.
Clinic where everybody wears a mask. Why didn't
Chris, the way you're starting to harangue me now actually reminds me of what you did to the president during that debate on Tuesday night when he had to debate not just Joe. No, and he had to debate not just Joe Biden, but you as well. You were not a neutral moderator then. I don't mind tough questions. I welcome reasonably tough questions, but what I don't think is okay is for you to become the effective opposition to the president. Okay, and everyone there was tested in the crowd. They were distanced from each other. People can make reasonable decisions for themselves.
No, they can't. They're the rules, and they'll be kicked out next time. Steve, let me just simply say the president interrupted me and the vice president 145 times, so I object to saying I harangued the president. I know it's the talking point.
Why we're answering Biden's questions for him, huh? Jackass. You're almost done. Atlanta Fed estimates that U.S. had its largest GDP, gross domestic product, increase in history during the third quarter of 2020. Oh, it's not a V-shaped recovery, folks. No, sir. If it leveled out now, it would look more like a division, not a division sign, a square root symbol. The Atlanta Fed is estimating that the third quarter of 2020 recorded the largest quarterly GDP increase in history. Current estimates show the U.S. GDP increased by 34% for the quarter. Holy jumping catfish. That's not bad. But, you know, it's the Obama economy. Because his economy was so strong that even though it didn't take off for him, when somebody who got in behind him, they ripped the benefits. Two more and we'll call this a day. Communist Pope Red Francis, I refer to him as Black Francis because I believe he works for Satan, issues radical edict condemning capitalism using St. Francis as his prop. Fuck you. Walls are horrible bad things except around the Vatican. We will still allow priests to molest children, we'll just move them around some more. That guy's less fucking Catholic than I am, and I'm not fucking Catholic. Wayne Root has an op-ed saying Trump just became Captain America and the Democrats are losing their minds. Can't lose what you didn't really have, though. Joe Biden is pulled away from reporters by Jill Biden to save him from coronavirus. I didn't know that coronavirus was, how you say the word question in whatever foreign language it is. 3 White House liberal media hacks also tested positive with corona, along with Kayleigh McEnany. Good. I'm not going to wish them death. I'm going to wish them to get about as... I'm not going to wish them anything. Fuck that. I ain't got time to waste my breath. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio to close all non-essential businesses, including public, private schools, and indoor dining in 9 zip codes. You know, if you close churches and schools, those are usually the 2 big places where people vote, and I'm going to bet that the 9 zip codes are the ones where he has the lowest favorability. Just guessing. From OAN, California doctor successfully cures 1,700 COVID-19 patients. While the media continues pushing the hype around coronavirus, actual medical experts say we already have the tools we need to combat the virus. One America's Pearson Sharp spoke with Brian Tyson, a doctor in Southern California who has successfully treated over 1,700 patients with the drug, that's right, hydroxychloroquine. John McAfee arrested for tax evasion in Spain and awaits extradition to the United States. John's an interesting dude. I don't really know where to go with that. But it's his own fault for being in a place where he could be fucking extradited. He's not a dumb guy. He knows better than that. That is everything I have for you folks at 22.5 minutes. So we are going to wrap this up. I will come back maybe tomorrow, seeing how the world is shaping up. And we'll do it again. But, so, shitposter-in-chief, the Trumpinator, back where he belongs, in the White House. So, you folks have a good rest of the evening, and catch you later. Adios.